I'll explain to you a very simple thing that you can do to make your offer always convert better, and it is rooted in human psychology. I actually found the idea in this book from Ellen Langer, where she basically ran an experiment, and in the experiment, she basically wanted to evaluate the power of the word because. And so she asked 3 segments of people. First, so that was at the library copy machine, to ask in a queue, excuse me, I have 5 pages, may I use the Xerox machine? And the compliance rate was 60%. So 60% of the people said okay and let the person skip the line. Now, when she added this very simple, because I'm in a rush, that number skyrocketed to 94%. So almost a 30% increase just because I'm in a rush. And then they removed the reason and just said because I have to make copies. And that also worked with 93%. The reason being that this situation is very low stakes. So obviously you cannot get anything you want in life just because you're telling because to the person you're asking something. But it proves something, that our brain usually recognizes pattern more than it recognizes the content of what people are saying. So here it's not really because the person was in a rush that people let that person pass, but more that they heard a request and a justification for the request. And that's a very automatic way that our brain works, because the majority of things we do every day are just on autopilot. And it works the same way when it comes to offer. So when you see an offer on the website that says anniversary sale, you don't question the sale. You don't question the fact that it is now 67% off because it is the anniversary sale. So it's like a very automatic thing. And if you look at all the best brands, they do this. They always justify the offer. And it's such a simple thing to do, but so many brands don't do it. So I can show you a couple of examples I've got here of brands that you already know. So Marsman, Gruns, we've got the exact same thing. If I refresh the page, they have somehow as Gruns' birthday, we lowered our price to celebrate. So here again, they're justifying their lower price, like their offer, because it is their birthday. They even have it on their image box. With Marsman, it's very prominent. With Ovi, we've got the summer sale at the moment. So again, it makes sense. You don't question why there is a sale on the website at the moment. With Xclad, again, summer sale. With IM8, what do we have? Welcome offer. It's just like AG1. It makes sense. You get an offer because it is your first purchase. Then here we have, let's see if I refresh, Labor Day sale. So again, the sale up to 48% is justified. And by the way, here it's 54%, so they should update that so it matches. Here with Brooklinen, when you have bundle, it makes sense because the brand is offering you more products. So it's like you have to spend more to get the deal. So it is justified because, again, that makes sense in people's mind. You are spending more, so the brand is giving you a bit off. However, if we look at this one, for example, you are getting 15% off on this product, but there is nothing that justifies this. Or maybe this, just for you, 15% off your first order. But here, nothing reminds us of this. Like there could be 50% off your first order, but otherwise, people could question. So for example, if we look at Hookah, here we have 20% off, but again, there is nothing that justifies this on the website. Or here, for example, on Subset, again, we have 15% off applied, but why? Like there is no reason. And so what I've seen with the best brands and like what works best is usually find a reason to justify your offer at all time. Even if you have your offer all year long, you need to always have something that's congruent to what you're selling. So what I recommend you do is, check like international days, or, you can even sometimes invent things. But for example, like this month, we have International Youth Day, World Humanitarian Day, World Lake Day, International Day for People of African Descent, International Day of Against Nuclear Tests. I don't know how you could use this, but there are many things. If you look for it, you'll see that there are things all the time. But otherwise, you can just use like they're doing, birthday sale. But yeah, the whole point of this video is just make sure that when you have an offer on the website, there is a small thing somewhere, either in the top bar, like they're doing at Obvi or Gruns, that justify the sale. And that's it. And just by doing this, I can guarantee you will see an improvement in your conversions. And you can actually run a test if you have enough bandwidth, and you will see that having the right justification will actually increase conversions. We actually run a test recently just to check on a brand that has a lot of traffic. We wanted to see what works best between summer sale and back to school sale, because it's coming soon. And we realized that the summer sale was working better. Why? Because we're still in summer and it's a bit early for the back to school, but it means that what you're justifying your offer with really matter. Because in people's mind, it's like, oh, it's logic. Okay, we've got the, again, if we come back to this example, we've got the request and we've got the justification. And for the offer, we've got the offer and we've got the reason why there is an offer. So I will leave you with this, and I hope you like this format of video. If that's the case, please subscribe and put a like on this video. And as always, I'll make more content like this, and see you in the next one. Cheers.